So this last week, we saw a couple of successes by the resistance uh, to the fascist lockdowns. Um, the Supreme Court in Texas overturned the ruling against the salon owner who opened up against the lockdown orders. All right, buddy. and and Wisconsin Supreme Court overturned the entire lockdown order for Wisconsin. And we're seeing similar things happen all over the country, that they're just proceeding slowly in the courts. Courts are a horrible way to handle things. They're slow. They're un. Uh, they're subject to bias, especially at the lower levels. Even uh, the lowest level of court, you will get into the county courts, the circuit courts, um, and the municipal courts. The judges pay no attention to a constitutional argument ever. Um, which is why one reason that courts held in government control. No, I don't think it rained last night, Kenneth. Are are a bad idea. Um, we've seen the murder tolls in New York go up, but not as much as the previous week. And the latest excuses by the idiots are, oh well, we're seeing more cases than anywhere else in the world. We're also seeing more testing than anywhere else in the world. I'm sure the world is seeing the same percentage of people infected, 15% or so, but they just haven't tested it, so they don't know. And it'll get to 60% and reach herd immunity. Probably double again over, you know, even with social distancing and lockdowns in the next month. And but we're not going to see the one county in California. Would you stop? With thousands of claimed deaths. Stop it. I am hugging you. You want me to pay strict attention to you, don't you?
I want you to stand up and carry me.
Aww. What is it you want? Are you hungry now?
No, I want you to stand up and carry me.
Where?
Outside.
Oh. You're fine going outside. Hello? Is it scary? There's nothing scary out there. But we've seen, people beaten to the point they have to be sent to the hospital um, to enforce lockdowns, which is, what anything done under color of law does. Um, there are going to be cops who don't recognize it's under color of law, think it is the law because some authority told them so. So cops and courts being held by the government.
I need more socks.
You do?
Yeah, get my boots and
How
socks.
about sandals instead? Then you don't need socks.
But I need socks and boots.
Okay, go upstairs and get some socks.
But I want you to get both of those.
I'm in the middle of something here. So I would take the power from the police forces. I would audit under the federal grant rules. I would make a rule that you can't be abrogating anyone's uh, rights under the Constitution in any way, or you can't get these monies. And I would include in that list the right to travel. Any police force which is stopping people for no harm crimes would not get any federal funds, and that would probably go a long way to um, reviving uh, public trust of the police, if it is possible to do so at this point at all. You have to be able to have freedom.
I got 10 socks.
In order to have public trust of cops and have those cops actually doing things which are helpful to the people instead of harmful. Really investigating burglaries, really investigating murders, really investigating these true crimes.
I have the coat to keep her.
And
Don't talk.
if they're not investigating those true crimes in favor of going out and extorting people instead.
Coat.
Allie has a coat.
Yeah.
Allie is a cat. It has a coat of fur. Yeah, it has a fur coat. Anything that covers all of something else is a coat. Like you can put a coat of paint on something, or animals are coated with fur, or you can get coated with mud.
Almost has this spur.
Not all of them. Your cousin has a cat which has no fur. It's a naked cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've already gone into how I would stop the drug war. If we stopped the drug war and accosting people aggressively on the streets, we would go a long way to restoring the country to the sort of place people want to live. Not that it isn't the sort of place that people want to live as better than any other place on the planet, which is why people still immigrate here and do their darndest to get here if they can from anywhere else. But breaking the cycle of aggression in the police and courts would go a long way. So that's what I'm ranting about today, and peace and joy to everybody. And write in Jonathan Shatke for president.